Um, Hello. I did this video earlier today, but I'm just gonna do it again because it was very rushed and it wasn't. It didn't really satisfy me, and I only have 17 minutes left before this store closes. So this video is also going to be short, probably also going to be rushed and not really covering everything I wanted to. But I'm mostly just doing this because I want to feel better because I feel really shitty today. Yeah, this is a video for adults to talk about the love tarot, the sex magic tarot, but I don't really like to use that name because I'm a priest. And yeah, I'm very depressed because the same reason as before, like I can't see my spouse, and it's been over a year. But I'm gonna cover the four kings of this strange tarot deck and talk about the pluses and minuses for to each personality. Um, and I'm probably not going to finish because I only have 15 minutes, and this ideally would take like half an hour or possibly even a whole hour if I did a whole evaluation. But I'll probably come back to this. I'll come back to this again, like at some point, just when I'm also depressed. But okay, so on with it. Like the first king that I talked about was the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a suit that is typically associated with wealth. The King of Pentacles certainly has wealth that he's accumulated in his life, and that's basically what he focuses on, what he uses to impress women. In the Bible, like this king is usually tends to be a bit immature. Like women, yeah, yes, like some women are looking for stability and money and resources, but they need more than that. And this king is a little bit immature in that he believes that that's all that you need to get a woman. And indeed, you might be able to get like a girlfriend with one, but you won't actually have her. Like you won't actually have all of her. Like like she'll love your money and not you. So um, it like this is a man that will come to a rude awakening, like either when the money runs out or um, something else pops up in her life. Um, but this man is also one that could potentially grow if he gets the right woman, like an Esther or a Rivka. Um, like this man, like I typically in the Bible, I imagine him as being someone like Akshaparish or someone who just has focuses on money. He's like someone like Nicodemus from the Bible, or even like even someone like Pontius Pilate, like let's say, like who I think is adequately motivated by money and like has a somewhat superficial understanding of people about the ways that they suffer. And basically, like you can see, he's totally ignoring the emotions of the woman. And indeed, like Esther had to play him because he was a baby. He was a huge baby, and he would have plunged the kingdom into chaos and utterly exterminated the Jews because all the Jews were living in Persia at that time, and that was the whole like known universe. That was where they were all concentrated, so they would have all perished. Thank you for trying. I failed, like, but it mattered to me that you tried. Um, yeah, all of you. Like, thank you for that. Like, it is about doing. It is more about doing the mitzvot than actually just having the thoughts and the intentions of wanting to do good. But like in the end, a loss is still a loss, and I grieve. I grieve for the loss of life, of memories, of times that we could have been together and not been in this kind of pain, and we're causing each other pain because we're not able to reach out to the other. And I really wonder, is it because they're keeping you from contacting me, or is it because you actually don't want to contact me because it's too, I don't know, it's probably too heavy for you, and it stresses you out, and you probably have an idea of me as being someone who's like breaking down all the time, really needy, which is probably true. But I personally would just like to know, like I've probably sent you well over 300 letters, emails, texts, well, definitely texts, but yeah, just even letters alone. And I feel like you haven't responded, not even to a single one in the time frame. So I just feel pathetic, and like there's not really much of a point to anything. But Yeah, I'm not going to finish going over the four kings. Um, is this going to be a very cursory, just going over them? The next king is the king of swords, someone who focuses on power, on owning other people, and having underlings working for him or servicing him, or whatever. It doesn't actually matter what. But he's someone who views life as in terms of acquiring people like through power, intimidation, whatever. Um, this is in the Bible. This is many men in the Bible, specifically like King Herod, who tried to kill baby Jesus, and like a lot of Roman emperors like Caligula and Nero, who just focused on power, on having people underneath them, to be on the top of the social ladder, the social pyramid. Um, and we usually find that these people are undone by their weakness. And in this case, like you could see, the woman is in the subjugated position, kneeling, but she's also reaching out for a sword. And like the way I picture her, she's actually Vale from the Bible, like Vale from Tomer Devorah, who ends up killing a warlord with a tent peg as he slept. And I had wanted to look up on the internet earlier, like what she actually had to do, like, well, specifically if she had to sleep with him, because I don't actually know that from my first reading. But I figured there was no point to checking because they were just gonna mess with my results anyway. And like I just there's so many people messing with me that I have become jaded. Like they don't want me to have anything. They don't want me to own any of the work I produce, or they steal it outright from underneath us. And it personally just reminds me a lot of the Spanish Inquisition. It reminds me a lot of just the European, um, the Jewish experience of European history. Like even in Spain and in Portugal, Jews were financially motivated to sell each other out because there was a financial incentive to. Like there was a financial incentive to selling out your neighbor, like putting them under like torture, like medieval extreme torture, to extract information from them, to sell out their family members, and to sell out their own friends, cousins, friends, Romans, countrymen. And because once the person was convicted and tried for being a witch or something, even though they were actually being tried for being a Jew, um, that person would be burned at the stake, and all of their possessions would be confiscated and given to the person who snitched on them. So it was a vicious cycle that propagated itself, and it was based on evil. Like to turn people against their own kind is a raw kind of evil that is just super evil. Um, So I those of you that did anything, just I thank you for choosing me over Pharaoh. But in the end, Pharaoh still wins because he has more. He has more resources, support, everything, and I'm stupid, and I don't even have the strength to really fight anymore. Like I'm running on empty because I'm powered by love, and there isn't any. Just um, I guess I also have been physically starving a little bit because I lose the will to eat when I'm depressed. Um, he's undone by her. She stabs him with a nail peg or a sword, and as you can see, his wife is also behind that door. She actually orchestrated all of it because he was probably you know I don't know a butt person. I don't want to use the other word, but I just um, a waste of a person. I don't know. Just I just feel explained. She's holding a black lotus, a black orchid, which is yeah, she hired the help to murder him because he's a terrible husband. Um, yeah, and King Herod he killed his own wife. He killed his own family members. He tried to kill baby Jesus, but we still won at Christmas in the end. I don't know what is happening in his life though, because I can't sense him or anyone really. Um, we could still turn it around though. Yeah, we definitely can. Though I don't feel it swelling up inside me. Like I still do believe in the chosen people. Like, build each other up instead of tearing each other down. It's as it was said in the book of Esther, the Megillah of Esther, you know, just because you are in the palace, do not feel that you are safe. Like it will come for you to you. Like it will come for you. Like it's not just one person. It's it threatens all of us because the rich control it all and have like it's not about law. It's about who has more money. Like it doesn't really matter what they do. And so the third king is the king of chalices. The king of chalices is someone who focuses on emotions and helping other people. Like it's the suit of water. Water is an intuitive element. It's abstract. It's emotional. Probably breaks down and floods everything once in a while, or floods the ship, like send it sinking, as a siren would do. The king of chalices is the poorest of the four kings, and he's actually for being such a nice guy and someone who focuses on emotions and making people happy. Like he tends to not be happy himself. There's a trap that we fall into. Like this is the king that I would be most like being. Like an empathic type. People that will not respect you if you don't attack back, or if you don't bark at them and warn them not to attack you. Like people will take advantage of you. Nice guys will withhold on attacking, thinking that it's not really necessary to cause the other person pain. But most guys that aren't nice will not stop. They will be unrelenting. They're not stopped by empathy or feelings of another person, suffering of another human being. Much like the Nazis and the Holocaust, like they would go to watch people be executed. Like they seemed to enjoy it. It was, but not all. Certainly not all the Europeans, not all Germans are like that. It's a special breed of messed up. Like, it's just I actually don't think that this woman in front of him is a real woman. I think that he's imagining her, or I think that she's imagining him, because Chalices they're kind of a loony element. Like they are slightly delusional. Like this is like I don't know what it is, but it looks like there's like uneaten food in front of them because. Because when you care about other people, you feel their problems. You want to help them with their problems, and you realize that you can't help their problems. You can't solve their problems, and they can't solve yours, and they don't want to solve yours. It's sad though, because if you actually envision a future where people work together, they could actually acquire the resources that they need to accomplish things like getting back their families or not being hostages anymore. It's just like people don't want to do their part; they don't want to do their share, and so we end up all in our own personal shul or hell. And Erebus, and there's also King Solomon, and it's also kind of Yeshua, because it doesn't actually matter if he had love or not in his life. It didn't end well. Like he died for you, so it's his love endures forever, regardless. People need to have something to believe in. I want you to have shalom, even if I don't have it. The last king is the king of wands, the only one that actually ends up being somewhat happy. Like king wands means you focus on passion. Like Chalices focuses on love, on emotions, but this one focuses on action, on what needs to be done, and they're not scared to take on a larger opponent. And King David wasn't, and it's King David, but it's also kind of Judah the Maccabee. And also Boaz, who married Ruth. It's although he didn't want to at first, she had to trick him into it because he had so many other better options. Like someone who wasn't a Moabite, like a marked nation, born from incest, and he was into her, but he was not going to actually make any moves. She had to make them for him because he was an idiot. I mean, he was not going to act on them because he was a good Jew, like a good Jewish boy, and like all he knew about is farming. Like he was a farm boy, so she had to take action on her own. But also the thing, what makes it work for David is because like even though he wasn't 100% perfect. Like he did sin, and you know, he caused the death of Uriah the Hittite. But he still got Bathsheba in the end, and like she actually did like kind of sort of fall in love with him because he was very charming and just um like the King of Wands, he protects people. That's what it is. Like he actually meets your needs. Like the other ones don't really like they don't. And the King of Wands does because he's passionate because he wants to do things for you. And that's why women fall in love with this guy, even though he's not necessarily focusing on money or on power or like dominating you or like um, emotions or like using like feeding from your negative emotions because he just like massacred you or like killed you or something. And yeah, like a lot of people get a rise out of kicking someone down. Um, that also, yeah, the King of Chalices, that affects them. But the King of Wands is someone who fights against that basically. And like David fought against Goliath and prevailed. Like he won. He saved the Jews. I don't have enough time, so I'm just gonna go on. Like I don't. Yeah, I have to cut this short. But like I just want to add one new card in there. This is the High Priestess of a Bylon, basically. Also reminds me of the Oracle. I need her back because she's the one that men actually listen to. I just have the Torah. But one of these days I will come back with a vengeance and yeah, the next Purim or something. I don't know. Yeah, we will get Mas in the end, and she hung 10 sons, even though they were already dead. I don't know why, but because yeah, I don't know. The fruit of man's labor are the mitzvot. Yeah, I'm not even on the mitzvot, or that. I don't know. I'm very tired. Um, and you, Oepata, my shadow beloved, he's never there for me. I will have to move on soon. I'm just gonna find anyone who I don't love because I need to keep moving, just to stay in this world, especially without love. I need to go. The store's closing and I'm losing mana, energy, life force, chi. Um, yeah, my book is I don't know, being defaced where I am. I don't know, but uh, yeah, yeah, I need to know. I have no idea what this says. I have no idea what this says, but if anyone can read Hebrew, I yeah, I will look it up. Anyway, it's Esther. If it pleases the king, I would like to request that the Jews not be killed. You know, at Haman's behest. They deserve to live just because they kept its 13 laws. That's good enough for me. I won't give up because we made it through, and for what I actually do want to live, but people have to start doing their part too, or else we end up in trouble because Hashem needs His chosen people, and you have a role. The world dies without you. It's your world. It's your baby. It depends on you. Yeah, yeah. You sat on the fence last time and didn't move, but I had hoped that 1,000 years or more later that you would learn your lesson and actually fulfill those mitzvot. And maybe you will. Actually, you absolutely will because I made the right choice. I have Amina. I have Bitahon. Yeah, that's all I need to get through this war. Shalom Alaikum. Amuna. Tikvatenu. Yeah. Mahal kita, mahalaga, mahal ka. Sila, sila, sila. Um, Shalom Alaikum. Shalom Alaikum. Shalom Alaikum. Um, His love endures forever, even if I know. Um, Sayonara, Pahalana. Allahu Akbar. Mamamatay na ako soon. Actually, no. I'm gonna have a big potato. Salamat po.